Hello and welcome to the 9 p.m. news on Voice of the People TV. And before we begin the news, kindly visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. And now to the headlines. President Tinubu announces leadership overhaul at federal level.
FG unveils emergency hotline to tackle kidnapping.
The Senate probes alleged that Nigerian France support for Lakurawa militia in Niger.
And Reps Committee proposes Lagoon, Ijebu, Aba, 20 other new states.
TUC rejects a plan to introduce a toll gate on selected federal roads.
Decomposing body of abducted Anambra lawmaker found on second Niger bridge.
And in business, NPA increases tariffs by 15% after 32 years.
Well, in sports news, Leicester boss confirms Ndidi fit to face Manchester United.
And in the world of entertainment, a veteran Nollywood actor Columbus Eroswanga passes away. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has announced leadership changes at several federal universities, including the University of Abuja. President Tinubu, through his spokesperson Bayo Onanuga, disclosed these in a statement noting that all appointment and reassignment decisions are effective immediately. At the Yakubu Gowon University, President Tinubu dissolved the entire governing council and relieved Professor Aisha Sani Maikudi of her duties as vice chancellor. Senator Larry Tejo-Osho, currently Pro-Chancellor of the University of Agriculture, Makurdi, has been appointed Pro-Chancellor of the University of Abuja. He will be succeeded in Makurdi by Senator Joy Emodi, now Pro-Chancellor of Alvan Ikoku University of Education. To succeed Maikudi, President Tinubu appointed Professor La Patricia Menko as Acting Vice-Chancellor at Yakubu Gowon University for a 6-month term. In addition, President Tinubu has removed Professor Polycarp Emeka Chigbu from his position as Acting Vice-Chancellor at the University of Nigeria Nsukka before his tenure ends on February 14. Professor Ogwejofu T. Ujame has been appointed as his successor for 6 months and will not be eligible to apply for the permanent position. The leadership changes at UNN extend to the role of Pro-Chancellor, while Ike Wanchukwu reassigned to Pro-Chancellor at the University of Uyo. President Tinubu appointed Engineer Olubunmi Kayode Ojo as the new Pro-Chancellor of UNN. Professor Zubairu Tajo Abdullahi, currently the Pro-Chancellor of the University of Uyo, has been appointed to succeed Ojo at the Federal University of Lokoja. Senator Sani Stores is the new Pro-Chancellor of Alvan Ikoku University of Education, succeeding Senator Joy Emodi. Additionally, Olugbenga Kukoyi, a current council member at the University of Nigeria Nsukka, has been appointed the new Pro-Chancellor of Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka, Anambra State. The president noted that these changes reflect his administration's commitment to revitalizing Nigeria's higher education system through dynamic leadership and accountability.
And away from that report, the federal government has activated a toll-free 112 emergency number for Nigerians to report kidnappings and other security threats. The initiative is part of efforts to tackle the growing menace of ransom-driven abductions. The national coordinator of the National Counter-Terrorism Center, Major General Adamu Laka, disclosed this during a news conference on the activities of the multi-agency anti-kidnap fusion cell under the Office of the National Security Advisor in Abuja. Laka stated that Nigeria recorded a 16.3% decrease in kidnapping for ransom incidents in 2024 compared to 2023, although the number of victims increased slightly by 0.27%. He noted that Kaduna, Katsina, and Zamfara states in the northwest accounted for the highest prevalence, with 13.8% of total incidents and 61.1% of victims nationwide.
Meanwhile, Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo has further demonstrated his will to tackle criminals headlong by ordering the demolition of 4 buildings at the industrial city of Nnewi where kidnappers keep abducted persons. The demolition exercise was led by the Anambra State Deputy Governor Onyekachukwu Ibezim in company of other top government officials. VOP correspondent in Anambra Undu Okpalese has a detailed report on that.
Ndị Eze Nwankwo Uruagu Nnewi, Umumejiaka Uruagu Nnewi, and Obuofia Nnewi. Governor Soludo, represented on the occasion by his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim, was accompanied by the Special Advisor on Community Security, Prince Ken Akayin, the Majority Leader, Anambra State House of Assembly, Ikenna Ofodeme, and the Mayor of Nnewi North Local Government Area, Mr. Echezona Anazodo, among others. During the demolition exercise, shrines, mini cells, bushes, and other things used by the kidnappers to perpetrate their evil acts were excavated to the full glare of the bystanders. Speaking on the development through his deputy, Governor Chukwuma Soludo restated his administration's zero tolerance for any form of crime and criminality, saying that his government is out to restore sanity in the state and ensure adequate security of life and property.
Some of their antics are being exposed. I know as we chase them, as we go after them, the government of the day, they will continue changing their antics, but we will also change ours to catch them. But the government of Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo has said that wherever, there is no hiding place for this one. If you like, go into the bush, underground, in the air, we are ready now because we have an enabling law that empowers us.
Neighbors and relatives of one of the prime suspects, identified as Chinemere Mofoma, denied any knowledge of the notorious activities of the suspected kidnapper. Meanwhile, it is now confirmed that the kidnapped Anambra lawmaker, Justice Azoka, has been killed by his abductors. Justice Azoka, representing Onitsha North 1 constituency in the State House of Assembly, was kidnapped on the evening of 24 December 2024 at Ugunobompa Axis of Onitsha Inland Town. However, barely 44 days after his shocking disappearance, his decomposing body was found at the Second Niger Bridge, Onitsha. According to the Anambra State Police Public Relations Officer, Mr. Tochukwu Ikenga, security operatives on a mission to rescue him found his decomposing corpse at the Second Niger Bridge early Thursday morning. The kidnapped Honorable Azoka, now murdered, was of the Labour Party. INEC had earlier announced the PDP candidate to the election as winner, and he went ahead to represent the constituency. The tribunal returned Justice Azoka barely a year into the tenure of the mandate. Ndo Okpalese, Voice of the People Television.
Well, thank you, Undu, for that report. Very unfortunate that the lawmaker had to lose his life in that very sad event. Well, still in the news, the Senate today commenced an investigation into allegations by the head of state of Niger Republic, or Niger Republic, Abdurrahmane Chiani, accusing Nigeria of colluding with France to cause chaos in his country through Lakurawa militia group. Similarly, the Senate resolved to go on a fact-finding visit to the areas mentioned in the allegations, particularly in Sokoto, Zamfara, and Kebbi states, to verify the presence or absence of the armed group. Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau, who presided over plenary, mandated the committees on national security and intelligence and that of foreign affairs to conduct a comprehensive probe and report back in 4 weeks. The committees are expected to recommend diplomatic and security measures to restore and strengthen the historical ties between Nigeria and Niger Republic by ensuring continued cooperation in security and other areas of mutual benefit.
Still in the red chamber, the Senate has confirmed the appointment of Chris Najomo as the Substantive Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. The confirmation followed the adoption of the report presented by the Senate Committee on Aviation during today's plenary. Recall that on December 13, 2023, President Bola Tinubu suspended Musa Nuhu from his role as the DG of the NCAA. Following his suspension, Nuhu was replaced by Najomo, who was appointed as the acting DG. Presenting the report, the committee's chairman, Buhari Abdul Fattah said Najumo was thoroughly screened and found suitable for the appointment.
While staying with the National Assembly, the House of Representatives Committee on Constitution Review today proposed the creation of 31 new states in the country. If the proposal scales through, the Nigerian states will be made up of 67 sub-national governments. The proposal for new states was contained in a letter read during plenary session by the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who presided over the session in the absence of the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas. The committee chaired by Kalu proposed 6 new states for North Central, 4 in the Northeast, 5 in the Northwest, 5 in Southeast, 4 in South-South, and 7 in Southwest.
All right, this report says that the House of Representatives has called for immediate government intervention to tackle the rising cases of gas explosions across Nigeria, citing the loss of over 100 lives in 2024 alone. This resolution followed the adoption of a motion of urgent importance moved by Aderemi Oseni, chairman of the House Committee on Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, during plenary. Oseni highlighted the growing trend of gas-related accidents, including the most recent explosion in Port Harcourt on January 4, 2025, which left 17 people injured, attributing this incident to expired gas cylinders, substandard imports, and poorly fabricated local alternatives, lamenting that despite repeated calls for action, the problem has persisted, endangering the lives of many Nigerians. To tackle the menace, the House called on the Standard Organization of Nigeria and the Nigerian Customs Service to enforce stricter controls on the importation and sale of gas cylinders and kits, ensuring only standard, unexpired, and quality products enter the market. The lawmakers also mandated the National Irrigation Agency, in collaboration with SUN, to launch a nationwide sensitization campaign to educate Nigerians on how to identify expired cylinders and the dangers of using substandard gas storage equipment. In addition, the House directed the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to ensure that all gas plants and retailing facilities adhere to strict safety standards.
Well, away from the National Assembly now, the Trade Union Congress has opposed plans by the federal government to toll selected federal roads in the country as a means of revenue generation. President of the TUC, Festus Osifo, condemned the policy today while presiding over the first quarter 2025 National Administrative Council of the Union in Abuja. Osifo wondered why the federal government initiates policies that concern the citizens without due consultations with relevant stakeholders. He said it is annoying that most of the roads which are unpaved, dilapidated, and riddled with potholes should be open for collecting tolls. He urged the federal government to ensure that all roads earmarked for tolling must first be fixed properly, tarred, and repaired to international standards before tolling. Well, you're still watching the news at 9 on Voice of the People TV. Stay with us for more stories after this short break.
Welcome back. On a sad note, the lifeless body of a member of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Justice Azuka, has been found on the second Niger Bridge. Azuka was kidnapped and attacked by gunmen on Christmas Eve as he made his way home for the festivities. The kidnapping occurred along Ogunampampa Road in Onitsha, Anambra State. Police spokesperson in Anambra, Tochukwu Ikenga, who disclosed this in a statement, added that the police command has launched a manhunt for the suspects involved in the crime. Meanwhile, the Labour Party caucus of the House of Representatives said it is deeply saddened and devastated by the news of the death of Asuka after a prolonged period of captivity in the hands of kidnappers. The LP House of Representatives caucus leader and member representing Ogwaru Federal Constituency of Anambra State, Afam Victor Gene, in a statement today, described the incident as horrible, heartrending, and a big blow to the Labour Party and the legislature.
In another development, Nigeria Immigration Service has announced the expansion of its contactless passport application system to Europe, the United Kingdom, and Ireland. Immigration spokesperson A.S. Akinlabi, who made this known in a statement today, said the expansion follows the successful implementation of the system in Canada on the 5th of November 2024. He explained that the contactless passport application, which is currently available on Google Play Store, is designed to allow Nigerians renew their passports without visiting any passport center for biometric enrollment. Akinlabi reiterated the service commitment to innovative and efficient service delivery to Nigerians anywhere in the world.
Now to political matters. The Chief Tom Ikimi-led National Disciplinary Committee of the People's Democratic Party has summoned the party's National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, former Benue State Governor Samuel Autumn, and 10 others over allegations of anti-party activities. Ikimi, who chairs the committee, announced that the panel convened recently to consider 5 petitions, some of which targeted prominent figures in the National Working Committee. Those summoned include the petitioners, their witnesses, and the affected party members who were expected to present their own witnesses. The committee emphasized its commitment to maintaining discipline within the party and restoring its integrity, urging anyone with genuine grievances against any party member to follow the proper channels and take advantage of the committee's processes.
Well, moving on now, the Independent National Electoral Commission has closed its case before the Edo State Governorship Election Tribunal without presenting a witness. INEC's legal counsel formally moved to close its case without presenting any witnesses, a motion accepted by the tribunal. Now, the commission will be relying solely on the cross-examinations and arguments from All Progressives Congress and Governor Monday Okpebholo's lawyers. The People's Democratic Party had first presented a challenge to the election results, accusing INEC of orchestrating widespread irregularities and vote manipulation. Leveraging the 2022 Electoral Act, the PDP's legal team focused heavily on documentary evidence rather than oral testimony. INEC was billed to begin its defense on the conduct of the September 21, 2024 governorship election, but came to the tribunal with information that its witnesses have been held up.
Right, in related developments, where this report says that Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has suspended the State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Samson Osaige, and the Chairman of the Local Government Service Commission, Damian Lawani, over alleged financial infractions. The Secretary to the Government, Omar Ikili, said in a statement that the suspension with immediate effect pending the conclusion of an investigation into the allegations. Governor Okpebholo has also ordered the setting up of an investigative committee to probe the allegations and make recommendations. Meanwhile, Osage, who has since reacted to the suspension, denying any involvement in financial infractions and stating that he was not confronted with the allegations before his suspension was announced. He expressed his willingness to defend himself and clear his name.
Well, we move on with other stories as the United Nations World Food Programme has pledged $2.5 billion to support Nigeria's 2023-2027 strategy to combat hunger and malnutrition. Announced in Abuja, the initiative will enhance food security, nutrition, and emergency response through partnerships with the government and UN members. With 25 million Nigerians facing food insecurity, the WFP aims to strengthen social safety nets and poverty alleviation programs. VOP TV's Unyidamola Olukotun has the rest of the report.
United Nations World Food Program has committed $2.5 billion for Nigeria's 2023 to 2027 country strategy plan aimed at achieving zero hunger and improved nutrition across the nation. Speaking at a workshop in Abuja, WFP program head Serene Loom emphasized the organization's goal to end hunger in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. The WFP will collaborate with the Nigerian government and UN member states to mobilize resources for the project, which focuses on food technology, nutrition, and emergency preparedness. Loom highlighted Nigeria's vast social safety net program and its ambitious goal of lifting millions out of poverty. However, with 25 million Nigerians facing food insecurity, the WFP stressed the importance of joint efforts to meet this goal. Meanwhile, the National Social Investment Program Agency CEO, Professor Badamosi Lawal, praised the WFP for its support in tackling poverty and hunger through various initiatives like school feeding and cash transfer programs. NSIPA has impacted millions of Nigerians, and partnership with the WFP aims to further enhance these efforts. As Voice of the People TV, we're on the streets to bring you the opinion of citizens regarding this situation.
If the money it is handled very well, it will reach everybody. But we are appealing through God Almighty, our Creator, who sees everything, that God should arrest them, those in power, the leaders, so that money will reach to everybody. Look at my hand and see what I'm doing for my living. I'm not supposed to do something like this, but through the grace of God, if they use money very well, at least get everybody. And if I get my own, I will to establish something to move forward in life.
The best way is that if they send the money to Nigeria government, actually the money cannot reach us. So the best option is if they can do it, maybe they will put it inside bank. Let them share the money. That means they will be transfer the money to people. Because if they give this money to those thief government, they will not give us. Because as there is now, that money heavy for year.
Dash us money. to who and who, me and you, I be to everybody. If we divide it according to the population of Nigeria, how much do you think that each of us can see out of the money? It's not enough for us. It's small.
No. I don't think we can benefit because one person will just come and volunteer the money. Maybe he will go on buying us mineral, then he will take the money into his pocket. That's what I think. We cannot benefit. We cannot reach a layman and a poor man like us. Maybe they will just come and do one small thing, then the rest of the money, they will cut the bigger part of the money, then the tiny part of it, they will shade it for us. We cannot benefit from the money.
As Nigeria continues its fight against hunger and poverty, the collaboration between the World Food Program and the Nigerian government offers hope for millions facing food insecurity. However, public skepticism remains regarding the fair distribution of resources. I'm Oyindamola Olukuta, reporting for Voice of the People TV.
All right, Nigerians are talking about sharing some money. Okay, let's see how that pans out. All right, coming up next is business, sports, and entertainment stories after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and now to business, where the Nigerian Port Authority has announced a 15% tariff increase, the first in 32 years. NPA Managing Director Abubakar Dan Soho disclosed this today in Lagos during the stakeholders' engagement for the approved 15% NPA tariff increment across board. Represented by the Executive Director of Marine and Operations, Olalekan Badmus, Dan Soho, stated that the agency had maintained the same rate for over 3 decades despite significant economic changes, including exchange rate fluctuations, rising wages, fuel and lubricant costs, and inflation.
Commerce and Industry has urged the federal government and the Nigeria Customs Service to suspend the implementation of the 4% free on-board levy. LCCI's Director General Chinyere Alnoma in a statement expressed concerns over the levy's sudden introduction, saying that businesses were not given prior notice or the opportunity to prepare for the financial burden. Almona said the absence of consultation contradicts international best practices, which require trade-related policies to be implemented transparently and inclusively. She warned that the sudden implementation of the charge may stall shipments and disrupt trade, noting that the outcome would eventually reduce government's revenue and negatively affect the overall ease of doing business in Nigeria. The DG urged the government to focus on improving post efficiency to ease the import and export of goods and reduce corruptive tendencies. She reaffirmed the Chamber's call for immediate suspension of the levy, calling on the government to prioritize trade facilitation alongside revenue generation.
In auto sports, when Leicester City manager Ruud van Nistelrooy has confirmed that Wilfred Ndidi will be in the squad for tomorrow's Emirates FA Cup fourth round game against Manchester United. Ndidi has been absent since sustaining an injury in the Foxes Premier League clash against Brighton and Hove Albion last December. The Nigerian international has trained in Seagrave over the past fortnight and is close to making his return to the starting 11.
Elsewhere in the world of sports, Brazil defender Marcelo has announced his retirement from football at the age of 36. The left back, one of the most decorated players in history, played 58 times for Brazil. Marcelo joined Real Madrid in 2007 at the age of 18 after coming through the ranks of Brazilian club. And then he won 25 pieces of major silverware in 15 years at Real Madrid, including 5 Champions League titles and 6 La Liga titles.
In out entertainment, on a sad note, veteran Nollywood actor Columbus Ireswanga, popularly known as Igbudu, has passed away. Columbus Ireswanga's death was announced by another veteran actress and politician, Hilda Dokubo, in a post on Instagram. Ireswanga, a renowned actor in Nollywood, was best known for his role as the powerful chief priest Igbudu in the 2001 blockbuster Isakaba. He was also a senior lecturer in the Department of Theatre Arts at the University of Port Harcourt, where he earned his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees. Columbus' death comes just a few days after another Nollywood actress, Pat Ugu, died at 35.
Well, our thoughts are with the family and loved ones of the deceased. Now, still talking entertainment, and on a lighter note now, former Minister of Women Affairs Uju Kennedy Ohanenye has returned to Nollywood with a new movie titled Hatred. The film, which she produced, marks her official comeback to the industry after her time in politics. Kennedy, who was appointed as a minister by President Bola Tinubu on the 21st of August, 2023, was relieved of her duties on the 23rd of October 2024 alongside 4 other cabinet members. Since then, the 51-year-old has refocused on filmmaking, a passion she had nurtured long before stepping into government. Taking to X, she announced the release of Hatred, sharing a link to the film on her YouTube platform. Kennedy is no longer no stranger to Nollywood, as she has previously starred in movies such as Saving My Marriage, Hunting the Angel, Royal Ploy, and The Cowgirls, working with well-known actors like Segun Arinze, Ngozi Izienu, Linda Osifo, and Francis Duro.
All right, that's it on the 9 p.m. news. Before we go, a quick look at the headlines. We told you earlier that President Tinubu announced his leadership overhaul at federal universities.
Also, the federal government has unveiled emergency hotline to tackle kidnapping.
Senate probes alleged Nigerian friends support for Lakurawa militia in Niger.
Also, Senate committee proposes Lagoon, Ijebu, Aba, and 28 other new states.
TUC rejects plan to introduce a toll gate on selected federal roads.
Also, decomposing body of abducted Anambra lawmaker found on second Niger bridge.
NPA increases tariffs by 15% after 32 years.
In sports news, Leicester boss confirms Ndidi fit to face Manchester United.
And in the world of entertainment, where on the sad note, a veteran Nollywood actor Columbus Ireswanga passes away. I do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube, your Voice of the People TV, and on all the social media platforms with VOP TV Live. I am Jerry Apelon.
I am Vivian Uguche. Good evening.